Here's what's next in Matthew. Such as was, not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. Mark is the same. Such as was not from the beginning of the creation which God created to this time, neither shall be. Luke would continue, and they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles, until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. Then it goes on to signs in the sun and the moon, but that is way later, like 5 verses later in Mark, 10 verses later in Matthew. And Luke 17 has, the days will come when you will desire to see the days of the Son of Man, and you shall not see it. And they shall say to you, see here or see there. That's the clue. See here or see there. Go not after them. That is similar in Matthew 24 to 3 verses later, where it says, then if any man shall say to you, lo, here is Christ, or there. I know it's slightly different wording. Instead of lo, here, it says see here. Matthew and Mark are pretty close. 2 verses later, and then if any man shall say to you, lo, here is Christ, or lo, he is there. So I'm going to have that combined with this in Luke 17, see here or see there, but still, before that comes, the days will come when you'll desire to see the Son of Man. But even before that, I need to put the rest of the tribulation, the suffering, the war, in Matthew and Mark, and then they shall fall by the edge of the sword, which is pretty close. They shall be led away captive. So Matthew and Mark first, such as was, such as was, such as was not. So should I put since the beginning or from the beginning? It depends on if there was a battle or destruction like this in the beginning. If there was, I would use the word since. If there was not, and this is going to be the worst, I would use the word from. So, I know there was a battle in heaven between the followers of God and the followers of Satan, but I don't think that's comparable because there was no death. They were cast out. So I don't think you could say distress in the land, wrath upon this people, great tribulation. So I want to go with from. I don't think this is anything like this has ever happened before. From is Mark only. The beginning of the creation. Matthew, the beginning of the world to this time. Mark has creation twice. The beginning of the creation, which God created to this time, neither shall be. And Matthew has neither mention of the creation. It just says, since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. So because of that, I'm going to meet it in the middle. I'm going to have one of those words. I think I'm going to have the beginning of the world, which God created to this time. The beginning of the. That's both. Matthew for world. Actually, I don't know, because all of creation is much larger than just Earth. And a world is Earth. Unless you want to say the world is the universe, which I don't think I've ever heard that before. But I really don't want to have both. Since the beginning of the creation which God created. I think I'm going to have to go with Mark. Beginning of the creation which God created. You know, this has happened before with Mark. He was astonished with great astonishment. Oh, man. But at least it encapsulates all of the meaning. The beginning of all creation, and no one else created it but God. So I guess I'm just going to go with that. Now both to this time. Mark has neither shall be. Matthew, no, nor ever shall be. I think Matthew's is better. No, nor ever shall be, instead of neither shall be. Shall be is both. Matthew and Mark both continue with, and except that those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. And except that the Lord had shortened those days, no flesh should be saved. However, before that, I think I want to go into Luke 21, where it's continuing on with the battle. They shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations. Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles, until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. Then, and except that those days should be short, no flesh should be saved. So, they're going to be cut down. Then mention, if God hadn't shortened it, everyone would have died. Matthew, and except those days should be shortened. Mark, and except that the Lord had shortened those days. Okay, I'm going to have the Lord had shortened those days, because the Lord is not mentioned here in Matthew, but just that the days should be shortened. So I'll get rid of should, except that the Lord. I'm going to go with the order of Mark. So, and except is both. That's where I'll start. Matthew, Mark. Now Mark, that the Lord had shortened those days is both. Matthew continues, there should no flesh be saved. Mark, no flesh should be saved. If I have the word there, I'd have to go with the rest of the order from Matthew. There should no flesh be saved. I can't have there no flesh should be saved. I guess just to keep that word, which isn't really that important, but the order of these words, I don't see any significant difference, so I'll just go with Matthew. Matthew continues, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Mark, but for the elect's sake, whom he has chosen, he has shortened the days. So Mark adds, whom he has chosen. But for the elect's sake, now Mark only, whom he has chosen. He has shortened the days. And Matthew just has, those days shall be shortened. Not that he's going to do it. He has. Or he shall. Okay, since this is a question about the future, has God shortened the days to come? or will, shall God shorten the days to come? I think shall makes a lot more sense. I mean, we can look at it as if God is looking at all of time and he's already influencing all of it, past, present, future, as if, in a way that we just can't understand. So you could say, yes, he's already shortened the days in the future, but I think for our petty minds to be more easily wrapped around it, I'm going to say shall. He will shorten those days to come. Instead of he has. But I'm going to have he. Oh, wait. I can't. Shortened in past tense is in Matthew as well. Those days shall be shortened. Mark he has shortened the days. If I'm saying he shall, it can't be shortened. Well, I guess I'm just going to have to have has. He has shortened the days or those days. I'm going to go with those days. So pretty much how Mark has it. He has shortened those instead of the days. Our petty minds are just going to have to accept it somehow. He has, in the past, shortened those days in the future.